Have you ever noticed how some people seem to glide through life with a quiet confidence, almost as if they're carrying a secret you can't quite put your finger on? Maybe you've wondered why they don't post every moment online, or how they seem so at peace, even when the world is in chaos. What if I told you that this low-profile way of living isn't about hiding, but about unlocking a rare kind of freedom, a freedom that could change the way you experience your own life? Today, I want to walk with you through the 7 signs of truly low-profile people and reveal why their quiet presence is so captivating. And trust me, the last sign might just flip your perspective upside down. In a world where everyone is encouraged to share, to speak up, to be seen, there's a quiet revolution happening. A small group of people are choosing a different path, one that values depth over display, presence over performance. Maybe you've felt out of sync with the constant noise, or maybe you've wished you could step back and just breathe. If so, you're not alone. This video is your invitation to explore a new way of being, one that's less about proving yourself and more about truly knowing yourself. We're about to dive into the 7 unmistakable signs of a low-profile life. Each one is a doorway to greater authenticity, peace, and self-connection. And I promise the last sign is the one most people overlook, but it could be the key to unlocking a whole new chapter in your journey. So, let's begin this exploration together. Sign 1. Emotional autonomy, the inner compass. The first sign is emotional autonomy. Low-profile people don't rely on external applause to feel worthy. Their self-esteem isn't built on likes, shares, or public praise. Instead, they have an inner compass, a quiet confidence that guides them, even when no one is watching. Think about that friend who celebrates their wins privately, or who finds joy in simple moments without needing an audience. It's a bit like being a sailor who trusts the stars, even on the darkest nights. They know storms will come, but their direction is set from within. Have you ever done something just for yourself, maybe finishing a project or overcoming a challenge, and felt proud, even if no one else knew? That's the heart of emotional autonomy. If you want to nurture this quality, try marking your next achievement in a personal way. Write about it in your journal, or treat yourself to a quiet moment of reflection. Notice how it feels to honor your own journey, without needing anyone else's approval. Sometimes the most meaningful celebrations are the ones no one else sees. 2. Immunity to social comparison. The second sign is a kind of immunity to social comparison. In a world where it is so easy to measure ourselves against others, scrolling through endless highlight reels, low-profile people have learned to keep their focus on their own path. They don't let someone else's success make them feel small, and they don't let someone else's struggles inflate their ego. Imagine running a marathon, but instead of glancing sideways at the other runners, you're tuned into your own breath, your own pace. That's how low-profile people move through life. They're not completely immune to envy or doubt. No one is. But they know how to gently bring their attention back to what matters most, their own growth. If you catch yourself comparing your journey to someone else's, pause and ask, what's one thing I'm grateful for in my own life right now? This simple question can shift your focus and help you reconnect with your own unique path. Remember, your story is unfolding at its own perfect pace. 3. Advanced emotional regulation. The third sign is advanced emotional regulation. Low-profile people feel things deeply, but they don't feel compelled to share every emotion with the world. When something hurts, they process it first, sometimes with a trusted confidant, sometimes in the quiet of their own mind, before deciding whether to share it. It's like tending a secret garden. You water it, nurture it, and let it bloom in its own time. Not every flower needs to be picked and shown off. This doesn't mean bottling up your feelings or pretending everything is fine. It means honoring your emotions in a way that feels true to you, without making them a performance. If you're used to sharing every high and low online, try keeping a few feelings just for yourself. Write them down, paint them, or simply sit with them in silence. Notice how this changes your relationship with your own inner world. Sometimes the most powerful healing happens in the quiet moments, when no one else is watching. This inner space, this quiet sanctuary for healing, is precisely what allows for the fourth sign to emerge. Presence. Sign 4. Presence. The power of now. The fourth sign is presence, the ability to fully experience the moment without needing to document it. Low-profile people are often the ones who watch the sunset without reaching for their phone, who savor a meal without snapping a photo, who laugh deeply in a conversation without worrying about how it looks to others. It's like diving into a lake and feeling every drop of water on your skin. The world becomes richer, more vibrant when you're truly present. And ironically, these are often the moments that become your most cherished memories. Not because you shared them, but because you lived them. Try this. Next time you're tempted to capture a moment, pause and ask yourself, what if I just experienced this right here, right now? See what shifts inside you. Sometimes the most beautiful moments are the ones you keep just for yourself. Sign 5. Deep and authentic relationships. The fifth sign is a preference for deep, authentic relationships over a wide network of superficial connections. Low-profile people often have fewer friends, but those friendships run deep. They'd rather have one long, meaningful conversation than 100 shallow interactions. It's like tending to a few special plants in your garden, giving them the attention and care they need to truly flourish. In my own life, I've found that some of my most profound growth has come from these quiet, honest connections, where you can be fully yourself without pretense. If you crave more depth in your relationships, try reaching out to someone you trust and inviting them for a real, uninterrupted conversation. Leave the phones aside. You might be surprised at how nourishing it feels. And remember, it's not about the number of connections you have, but the quality of those connections. Have you ever had a conversation that left you feeling seen, heard, and understood? That's the kind of connection low-profile people seek. And it's available to all of us, if we're willing to slow down and be present. 6. Comfort with solitude and inner mystery. The sixth sign is a comfort with solitude and the mysteries within. Low-profile people aren't afraid to spend time alone. In fact, they often seek it out, not to escape the world, but to connect more deeply with themselves. It's like exploring a vast, star-filled sky inside your own mind. In solitude, you can dream, create, and reflect in ways that are impossible when you're always surrounded by noise. This is where true self-discovery happens. Some of the most creative ideas, the most profound insights, are born in these quiet moments. If solitude feels uncomfortable for you, start small. Take a walk alone, or spend a few minutes each day in quiet reflection. Notice what comes up. Sometimes, the most interesting parts of ourselves are the ones we meet in silence. And if you ever feel lonely, remember, solitude isn't the absence of connection. It is the space where you reconnect with yourself. Sign 7. Freedom to experiment and fail. The seventh and perhaps most surprising sign is the freedom to experiment and fail. Because low-profile people aren't performing for an audience, they feel less pressure to get everything right. They try new things, change directions, and aren't afraid to make mistakes, because their worth isn't tied to public opinion. It's like dancing alone in a dark room, moving however you feel, without worrying about how it looks. This freedom is incredibly liberating. It allows for real growth, real creativity, and real joy. Have you ever wanted to try something new? Maybe a hobby, a career change, or a bold idea, but held back because you were afraid of what others might think? Imagine what it would be like to do it just for you, with no audience, no judgment, just the experience itself. Low-profile people know that failure isn't the end. It's just another step on the path. They give themselves permission to be beginners, to stumble, to learn, and to start again. And in that space, they find a kind of freedom that's hard to describe, but easy to recognize once you feel it. If this journey of exploration resonated with you, consider subscribing. Every week, we dive deeper into the path of self-awareness and inner growth. These 7 signs show us that living low profile isn't about hiding. It's about living with more depth, presence, and authenticity. In a world that rewards noise and exposure, there's something quietly revolutionary about choosing your own path, honoring your own rhythms, and connecting deeply with yourself and others. Which of these signs resonated most with you? And what does that quiet freedom look like in your own life? Share your reflections in the comments. Your story might be the permission someone else needs to hear today to embrace their own path. And if this video sparked something inside you, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week, we explore new ways to come home to ourselves. If you ever feel stuck or weighed down by life, know that there's a hidden power within you, waiting to be unlocked. In our next video, we'll reveal 5 emotional signs that can help you finally set that power free. I hope you'll join me on this path. See you in the next one.